They are talking. Yes, good afternoon, traders. It's WCK. Today is our day. It's our NFP, as we had discussed before. So kindly share the link. Invite your fellows to join us today on our analysis for today. So as always, NFP is a fundamental day. Yeah, when we say NFP, we are talking about fundamentals. So we are going to first observe two things. We are going to first observe two things. So our analysis will start straight from Forex Factory. Let's start on Forex Factory. Yes, so before we do anything, I would like to remind you guys that we are doing this analysis on TBS handle, Tamam Brokerage Service. So whatever we are doing here is sponsored with Tamam Brokerage Service. So feel free to subscribe to this channel so that you don't miss such events. Such events will keep on coming, you will keep on popping in. So you should always be ready. We always have Thursday classes. We always have those classes. So yeah, all we are doing here is sponsored with Tamam Brokerage Service. That's why I'm not on my YouTube handle. That's why we are not on Cheesy's YouTube handle, but we are on TBS handle. So we are going to break down our analysis today in two ways. Okay, we are going to break down our analysis today in two ways. So one, we are going to first understand the fundamentals. We're going to first focus on the fundamentals. Two, we are going to focus on the technical analysis, the technical view. Yeah, so fundamentals, we always have three. We have the economic event, we have the news, then we have the sentiment, but we always focus on the news and the economic event. So what we are going to trade today, the NFP, is not news. You know, you people always confuse these things. So what we are trading today is not news, but it is an event. Why an event? Because we know that date when it's going to happen, we know the time when it's going to happen, also we know that day. Okay, so we have been aware of this NFP for some good time. But if it was news, we wouldn't be aware of that date. We wouldn't be knowing when it's going to happen. But someone will just be telling you NFP was like this and this. But since it is an event, we are waiting for it. And this is an event of data, waiting for data to be released. So uh, let's first filter here our Forex Factory, focus on the red or the high volatile fundamentals we have today. So today we are having the card, we are having card fundamentals or economic event of unemployment rate. Okay, we have unemployment change of card, we have unemployment rate of card, but also we have average hourly earnings month per month, non-farm employment change, the main guy for today. Also, we have the unemployment rate today. Let's first remove the FOMC, the Federal Open Meeting Committee, member will speak, so we're not going to focus on that today. So our main role today, we are going to focus on NFP of USD and also the unemployment rate of USD. Average hourly earnings, we can also go through it. But so trading, or when it comes to analyzing both the technical and fundamentals, we base on data. We base on previous data. Okay, as we do it on technical analysis, we base on previous data so that we plot out the areas of high interest. So that's the same thing which happens when it comes to fundamentals. We have to trace on the previous data. We trace the previous data to see exactly what is going to happen so that we avoid surprises. So our part one is going to be on fundamentals, and let's first see the unemployment rate, how USD has been doing in the previous 5 times during the unemployment rate. So we can see that the performance has been poor. Okay, they have been performing poorly. You see 3.9, 4.0, and it keeps on increasing. You see that the unemployment rate keeps on increasing. Let's look at April 5th, 2024. So it was 3.8, okay? But then May, it went to 3.9. That was a very massive fall, okay? So it was 3.8 positive, then it went to negative 3.9 negative, from a positive of 3.8 to a negative of 3.9. And the unemployment rate kept on increasing from 3.9 to 4.0, 4.1, 4.3. So don't be surprised if we see a 4.4 or a 4.5 and above today, you know. So don't be surprised. Though we can also see a slight change of 4.2. Okay, unemployment rate has been increasing. Okay, so that's the unemployment rate. That's if we focus on the previous 5 to 6 6 times it has been released. Then we do the same. We go and focus on the non-farm employment change. The previous 5 or 6 times it has been released. So you see that the unemployment rate uh, the non-farm employment change uh, on April 5, it was almost 303K. 303K. Then we had a slight fall of 175, which was a negative. Then we had another strong push, and then we faced another strong push recently in July. Okay, another strong push, and then we faced another big fall on August 2nd, which was 114K. So meaning, look at that gap. You are falling from 200, imagine falling from 206K to 114K. That's a very big fall, okay? So that's a very big fall. It shows that it was a very big fall, and to come out of that range right now, it might not be easy, though there is a possibility, because if you look at the forecast, they are showing that there is 164K expected. Okay, that's the forecast. So yes, we might see a simple change. So if you see on the forecast of unemployment rate, okay, it shows there is a massive change. They expect to see a very big change. Okay, that is 164K from the 144K. So they expect a positive on the forecast. Okay, but also if we go on the USD unemployment rate. Also here, there is yes, the unemployment rate is high. It has been increasing from 3.9 to 4.3, the previous one. But the forecast, it shows that they expect at least a simple backup. They expect it to go down like from 4.3 to 4. That's a forecast. But that doesn't take away that the economy of the USD is poorly performing. Yeah, so fact listing now we see that forecast, yes, it shows they expect that there was some little bit of change in the previous month, and they expect some positive news in the forecast. But we remember, for us, we are retail traders, okay? We are retail traders. What do? We focus on previous data. So our analysis, we are focused on the previous data that we have, and we have seen that the previous 6 times, 4 times, 5 times of unemployment rate, it has been so bad. Okay, so the same thing happened to the same thing happened to non-farm employment change. Okay, it's the same thing. So you see that non-farm employment change has also been, we can't say it has been performing poorly. It's average because we see that they have been negative 2 times and positive 3 times. Okay, so that's on the fundamental part. That was our part one. As I said, that we're going to look at this, we're going to break down analysis in 2 ways. So before we go on the technical part, I would like to remind you guys that don't be surprised on this NFP if we don't face that much big impact. Don't be surprised because we are approaching the USA elections. So the USA elections, it is, how can I say, it's like a party. It's a party. We are just watching it. Why do I say it's a party? It's full of scandals. For example, look at Kamala, the lady who is going face to face with Donald Trump. She's the vice president. She has been the vice president of Joe Biden. Okay, and they have been telling us that they have been the economy has been worse under the governance of Joe Biden. But the person you are bringing in power, Kamala, has been vice president. So we don't expect any change. But also then we have this Donald Trump, who we all know that Donald Trump during his term, um, many people used to, during his term, the economy was good and many things in the US economy used to be good. And many people are backing to come in. So it's a lot of scandal. So since we have a lot of scandals, I don't think people like, I don't think investors or banks would be willing to risk their funds on that dollar. That's another disadvantage of the dollar. I don't think that people are big investors, the banks, the big hedge funds. I don't think they would be looking forward to risk their funds on the dollar because they are just watching it, just observing it. And also, if you look at the way it has been performing, it's also so. By all means, it shows that the dollar is doing worse. It's very worse on its side. So let's go on the analysis part, the technical part. So let's go on the technical part. As always, fundamentally, we have been focused on the USD. Okay, fundamentally, we have been focused on the USD, and that's the same thing we are going to do. Fundamentally, we have been focused on the USD, so we are going to do the same analysis on the USD index. Most of you know it as the DXY, so that's the USD index. So let's focus on the USD index. Let's see how it is doing and how it is performing. So this is our chart here. Let's first look on the daily chart. Okay. So this is the daily chart. This is what we have here. You see that they have been, it is simple. It's, when it comes to the technical analysis, we do use we use simple knowledge. We don't complicate things. Those who have been following me, WCK, for a long period of time, You know that personally I don't like to complicate things. Okay, so technically you can see that previous actually the previous actually this entire week we have been selling. Okay, the USD has been performing poorly, and also you can see the trend. The trend speaks for itself. So each candle here presents 1 day. Okay, so if you go back 5 days, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you see that since Monday we have been selling. Okay, we have been selling. So let's do some simple marking here to mark our areas of interest. So we have to mark areas of interest for both buyers and sellers. So personally, I think here, yeah, so we can see that here, the first mark I have made on a daily chart, we are going to analyze within the range. We are not going to go long term because we want to know what exactly to do today. Okay, so areas of interest, we are going to see that we have our potential sellers here, where I have put my first marking, and also potential buyers here, where I have put my marking, and we see that already they are reacting on that potential area for buyers. But if we try to deep down, if we zoom out, we can see that yes, this remains marked as a potential area for buyers. People will be asking, how do you know that that's a potential area for sellers? Sorry. Yeah, because you can see we had an expansion. Most of the people here, uh, you are so much used to trading ICT, SMC. Uh, Most of you call it FBD, but it's an expansion, or you can call it, because the market moves in two ways. We have it if the market doesn't correlate, it will expand. Okay, so we have the correction and the impulsive movements. So where you see the expansion, that's an area of interest for many investors because the expansion is not a miracle. It happens for a reason. So this is our area for sellers. This is a potential area for sellers. And also, if remember, we have made a zoom, and this is our potential area for buyers. Okay. Okay. So this is our area for buyers. So meaning we have a range now. We have a range. This is where we are going to play from. Okay. This is now our playground. Okay. So remember, fundamentally, we have seen the gold, we have seen that the dollar is not doing well. And also, mere look at the daily chart, you have seen that they have been selling long term. But now, we want to know what are we going to do during NFP. Okay, so what should we expect? Not what we do, but what should we expect? So we have came up with our program, we have designed our range. This is where we are going to play from for our chart. Now, so these people here started selling. If you see that this sell here started when they are aiming for this point here, but this zone here made it difficult for them to go down. So of course they have to first respect it as you are seeing what they are doing, but we all know that their entire role, their entire movement is down here. Okay, the target is down here. So why are they targeting that area? Because this is an area with high interest buyers. This is where buyers are more likely to be. This is area for buyers. Okay, so how let's use simple logic. Let's use simple logic. If you are an investor, if you are an investor, you want to buy gold. Okay, you want to buy the DXY, or you want to buy the dollar. Let's say you are an investor, WCK, let's say WCK, you are an investor. You want to buy a dollar, you want to invest in a dollar, you want to buy it, but you want to buy it at a what? At a cheaper price. Leave alone buying at a cheaper price, leave alone buying at a cheaper price, but also you want to be backed up with other investors because you don't have enough liquidity. You don't have enough liquidity. When I say liquidity, many people, because I know most people in SMC, ICT, the way they explain liquidity, it's more of graphical. But if we use general knowledge, liquidity, those people who have done some economics, some entrepreneurship. So liquidity is simply that money you have ready for business. Okay. So trading, liquidity in trading, for you will refer it as area with stop losses, area with entries like buy limit, sell stop, because it is an area, it's a rich area, a lot of money is there. Okay, so if you are an investor, you would like to get support in such an area if you want to invest in a certain asset. So simple logic here, someone wants to buy DXY. Okay, what is he going to do? He's going to look for the area with a high interest of buyers, area with a high interest of buyers, and it is this area we have marked here. Okay, so meaning by the time they sold from this point here, their main target, was this. Okay, their main target was here. So since this was their main target, we know the market doesn't move in a straight line. The way you are seeing, I have marked that what? That candle. The market doesn't move in a straight line. So of course, they will have to finish up what they started. They'll have to finish up there. So technically, I'm targeting to buy from here or sell from here. This is my range. But according to me, what I see that since by the time they started selling from this point, by the time the market started selling from this point, it was targeting this area. Okay, they can't buy from. It is not. It's they are the investors who are trying to buy from here. It is not backing up their what? This doesn't back up their funds. So no one would like to take such an expensive risk. So if on another day, if we are to take sales, this zone here, you see, where I have marked here, this would be an area of interest for sellers so that they finish up the sales to complete their move here down. Yeah, so meaning we have two areas now, buying area and sell area. So if I'm to buy, this is what I'll be doing. If I'm to buy, I'll be waiting for the market to reach this point here. From where it is to reach this point here, I buy from here. Okay, and if I'm to sell, I'll have to wait for the market to go from this area here, and I finish my sale down here. Why do I do so? I want to buy in an area rich for sale, rich for buyers. I want to sell in an area rich for sellers. So if we are to zoom more, because this is 4 hour, okay. If I'm to zoom more for my, let's say, my entry time frame, that's 4 hour, come up with a simple zone, a simple legit zone, okay. So this is what I'll be doing. I'll come up with my zone on search areas, a moment. Okay. Okay, so that's the zone I'll be targeting to sell from. And here down is, you see, you can see it is clearly here that also we had a bit of expansion on such a zone. Okay, those are the main what? The main zones we have. So short-term sales, I can be targeting here if I'm to push for short-term sales. So those are the zones I have. Also here, I'll just mark it, like where the market is here. You see what we have there? So what do I target here? If I'm not selling from here, where the line is, I'm not selling from here, like as you see, market touching that point, and we sell up to here. That can be my target if I'm to trade NFP I'll be targeting to look for some bit of sellers. And if not so, if I'm to get a spike, I might be looking to sell from here up to here down. Okay, so meaning by all means I'm targeting this zone because I believe they can't just leave it hanging there. Okay, they have to get something to push to support their what, their movement. So that's on DXY. So that's the simple setup. You can look at it, how clean it is. So that's the only way I'll be. If I'm to sell, I'm looking for areas rich of sellers and the same to buyers. So that's DXY for you. I have two zones. If I'm to sell, either I'm selling from this point here or I'm selling from this point here. Okay, here or here. So that's on DXY. So as we see fundamentals, we expected to see some sellers, and also technical analysis is indicating some little bit of support for the sellers to come in. Okay, so it is indicating the support for some sellers to come in. That's technical analysis technically. So that's DXY. I don't know which pair we can analyze last. Uh, which pair we can analyze for you guys. Let me see Euro USD for you. Euro. Okay. Euro EU USD. Okay. So as I have told you guys that a little bit of bias on because if we are seeing some indicators of sellers on DXY, the USD index. Remember, this is the second part of the breakdown of this analysis. First part, we saw that taking that fundamentally, the USD has been doing well on unemployment rate, bad and on an unemployment rate, and it has also been doing bad on NFP. So also we have seen that we have the elections coming in, and we have seen the scandals. I have given you a simple talk on the scandals we are having in the US elections. So meaning it doesn't look for the US dollar, it doesn't look for that at all. So let's have a simple setup in the 5 minutes. In 5 minutes, let's have a simple setup in 5 minutes for Euro USD. So we are doing short term. I'll not go into the daily time frame. So since I'm doing short term, I'm seeing that we are having some good. What can we- So guys, in the remaining 5 minutes, let me give you Shizi. Let me. Hmm? So guys, in the 5 minutes, let me give you Shizi to take you through XAU USD.
Hello everyone, I hope you're all good. I hope you fasten your seatbelts and ready to take on this trade. For those who have been following closely with me in my community, I believe we have all been anticipating the DXY to drop today, and my colleague already explained more of this. I really don't have much to say. We're just waiting to see how we are going to take on this trade. Before we proceed any further, my challenge with most people is only one. We tend to jump into the markets without understanding where to take entries from. This is this is more of a new news event. So you don't just dive in without having a clear idea on how much you're going to risk, unless you're just a scalper and you're just willing to take in something little and look for more entries points and take on something. But if you know that you don't have enough funds in your account, I don't expect you to enter right now. Just wait for the spikes and the refreshments to first happen, then you can start scaling in slowly, slowly, and taking in some profits. However, for those who have already opened trades, if you already have active buy positions, just make sure that if in case of a sell spike, you can still stay into the markets. However, for now, we are actually just remaining with about just 6 minutes for us to take up something. But no, when we look at what we have on our whatever on our H4 time frame right here, we are seeing more of rejections and on prior key levels that we could probably look at price filling, and we have, of course, we are looking at one which is here. Then we have another one, and it's all concentrating within the key points of our interest. And with the third one is here. So if we manage to break through all this successfully, then we are just going to have a straight, linear move towards the highs. For today, personally, I'm expecting gold to actually hit a new time high. Probably, if we were to retest, we will test up to here and test this week, of course. And then we see if we can get enough strength to actually break above. But I'm not sure how far it's going to go. You never know. We're most likely to be to the 26. And when you look at our chart on a daily, I also say we are really anticipating buys all through. But just watch out for your entries and be quite careful. Let's just see how it's all going to go through. But besides that, I really don't have much to say. I just wanted to give you a compliment on how you should go about everything. I'm sure my colleague is really doing a very good job breaking down everything for you. So I don't expect you to be scared. Just take your parts, understand what you're supposed to do, and what you're not supposed to do. And yeah, that is it. Let me leave CK to take you all through now with other pairs. Thank you.
What we are seeing now, we are having like 4 minutes. Okay, so 4 minutes from now, we shall be the event will be kicking off. Okay, I told you that events have types. If I have time, those who always on my TikTok live, I always teach you this, but this is an event of data. It is not a speech. So data will be out in 3 minutes. But personally, those who are trading, how can I say, those who are trading XAUSD, you should use good risk management. Why do I say so? Why do I say so? XAU is always affected with the card fundamentals. So remember, if you look at our Forex Factor, we have card what? We have card fundamentals. So since we have card fundamentals, XAUSD will be a bad plot for you. Okay, it will be a bad plot for you. Those who are trading, but according to the analysis we have seen, USD has a lot of disadvantages. It will be a surprise. It will be a surprise if we happen to see it doing well today. It's going to be a very big surprise to see it doing well today. So personally, I can advise you guys, use proper risk management. Use proper risk management to risk what you can afford, because WCK is not a god. WCK is not a god. We are all doing anticipation. Remember, we are all retail traders. So use proper risk management. And those using Tamam, I assure you, you chose the best broker, because don't expect any scandals in such events. Okay, those who are using Tamam, I repeat, you are using the best broker, because don't expect scandals. We have the best spreads there, and keep your eyes on how the spreads are being protected during fundamentals. Trust me, it will be fun to watch. It will be fun to watch. So, in 2 minutes from now, data will be released. Data will be released, and it will have a very big. I don't think. like pairs like gold, I don't think it is going to be strong because since we have the election, we have seen how the previous months have been behaving. So it is not always something easy to joke on. So in 1 minute from now, that's like 30 seconds, we expect to see some data. Okay? So there is no reason why a trader should be crying. Why a trader why a forex trader should cry because he made a loss. Okay.
But one thing I
So
can if you stress
we have 10 seconds. 10 seconds to see what to do. Okay. Yeah. So let's check the data we have seen. Yes, non-farm employment rate has came out 140, which is a negative. Okay, it is a negative on non-farm employment rate. But now we are waiting to see. This is what I told you. This is what I told you guys. This is what I told you. Let's check our DXY and see how our setup has played. Okay, bro.
we are done. We are done.
That's it. I told you there is no reason. There is no reason why NFP would be doing well. There is no reason. I repeat, there is no reason why I would expect a dollar to be doing well. Okay? There is no reason why I would expect a dollar to be doing well. Why do I say so? A dollar has a lot of disadvantages. You can't tell me that Kamala, who is a vice president of Joe Biden, you are telling me the vice president of Joe Biden has had the worst economy. His term has been with the worst economy. So Kamala wants to come in as a president and also leave that alone. We have seen that unemployment rate has been increasing since April 5th from 3.9. It was 3.8 positive. Then it started increasing. I repeat, it started increasing from 3.8 positive to 3.9 negative. It went up to August because in August we had 4 point. Was it? Let me check. It was 4.3. So what these guys did today, the forecast was like they expected it to be 4.2. Okay, so 4.2 came out as also the actual what? The actual price. That's the reason for that spike. The reason for that spike was because the unemployment rate came out as it was forecasted, as I also forecasted it with. So our take profit would have been hit because the market is now on our what? On our zones. Okay? And you see how it is reacting on the what? On the zones. So simply, I repeat, whenever you are analyzing the the economic event, analyze the fundamentals as you analyze technical analysis. We are retail traders. Use previous data. Trust me, it will tell you what is going to happen. And also, technical analysis do the same. So, guys, I think we can call it a day. But before I go, I would like to remind you guys, those who use Tamam for trading, I told you should check your spreads and see how we fight hard to protect your account because our spreads we always fight hard to see that they remain favoring for you and also to keep our repetitions. You know our repetition, how we have tried hard to keep the repetition of Tamam. That's why they bring traders like me to come and trade with you guys here. So our spreads are good. We have the best deposit and withdraw systems. Our withdraw is instant. Our deposit is also instant. Customer support is at top notch. When it comes to the location, other than other brokerages, Tamam brokerages is in Kampala. Okay, in Kampala, our offices are at Tintinda. If you have any issue, you can come and reach out to us. So you can see, as I told you that you should always know areas of high interest. So I told you that this zone here, as you are seeing this zone, I told you that the market, once it reaches this zone, it will have to react. Why is it reacting? Because if you are an investor, you want to buy an asset at a cheaper price. you have to wait for areas rich of buyers so that they protect your capital. Let's use normal clear. Let's use the normal languages. Let's say you are a trader, you are dealing in agricultural products. You want to buy maize, okay? So let's say a kilo of maize right now is less at 500. So you want to buy a kilo, okay? At 500, no. You will have to wait for at least it reaches 200, whereby many people on the streets are talking that it will reach at 200. As soon as it reaches 200, boom, you put your money there. The same thing which is happening in the markets here. Areas of high interest for buyers and the market has reacted on the buyers. So I think we can call it a day, guys. We can call it a day. Unless you have questions, I'm following on the comment section here. If you have any question, kindly put it out. Put it out. Let me go through some comments here. Okay, if you have any question, kindly you can drop it. If it's not there, just go. Okay, okay. So I think we can call it a day. Let's close it off. Let's close it off, guys. So it's WCK, as always, and your boy Shizi, FX19. So such events will keep on popping up on your on the Tamam handle. Just follow, subscribe, sorry, just subscribe, put on your alert, so that whatever event pops up, you can finally receive it. So it's WCK, guys. Have